My name is Bartram, and here in Hartlepool, my hometown, I have a physical therapy clinic where I practice massage, manipulative techniques, osteopathy, remedial exercises and movement. And alongside that, I also study martial arts, and I've studied both of these subjects now for 20 years. One subject that always intrigued me all the way through my studies in both subjects was the study of Qi, or intrinsic energy, which is practiced widely and accepted in the East and runs right through their Kung Fu systems and their healing systems, but seems less evident in the West. In fact, in the West, our exercise seems to be more focused on one particular aspect of development, such as endurance or strength or speed. Whereas in the East, their systems are more a way of life, and they're more integrated and more balanced. So this always intrigued me, and yet in the Western systems that I was studying, I didn't find in evidence the Qi that seemed to run through the core of all the Eastern concepts. So that was my main search, to find a therapy or a way of balancing people up that was simple and effective, and yet gave them the responsibility of their own health. And it was only when I started to study mind and mind expanding techniques through the study of hypnosis that I realized the integration of the body and mind and its powers can be released through this integration. And the best way to describe this is to show you the different qualities that are necessary to have this integration to release this energy known as Qi. So if I take you over to this diagram, you'll see at the top it says the word fish. The letters of fish spell flexibility, integration, stability and health. And I equate the fish as being our higher intelligence, our innate ability to heal itself, or to be tuned into a higher level of development or concentration or intelligence than we're consciously sometimes aware of. So if I show you on this skeleton here, putting on top the skull, this is where our higher intelligence actually is housed. Brain is protected by the skull, and the brain stem coming about 2/3 of the way down the spinal column. And as you can see, this looks rather like a fish, and its movements are very limbic and rhythmic, rather like a fish, so very fish-like. So if it didn't have the skeleton, it could almost be like a fish. Now the fish actually lives here in the skeleton and is given upright stability by the ball and socket joints of the hip and the ball and socket joints of the shoulders. This gives it movement and stability and upright positioning. The organs that nourish the fish and cleanse it of its toxins are housed in the rib cage and protected by the ribs themselves. And we have a system of muscles that act in a postural way so that they can keep us up effortlessly, and these are rather like the balancing mechanism of the scales. So for our postural activity, which is under subconscious control, it's always balanced, always relaxed. Now it's when we come to develop these movements, or these muscles to produce movement, that we seem to go wrong so much in the West. As I say, we scatter our energies, we run, we lift weights, we are very competitive in our sports. We maybe use one-sided sports such as racquetball, tennis, squash. And all of this doesn't integrate the body. Although it does develop and exercise the muscles, it doesn't lead to this integration. So therefore we don't get this release of Qi. And in fact, I find that many people have injuries simply, even after they've warmed up and supposedly well coordinated during play, have simple injuries just from doing a backhand at tennis, or even household injuries such as just lifting a small child or moving some potatoes in the kitchen or something of that nature. So most injuries are caused through simple actions rather than through heavy lifting or improper lifting. If you go over to this diagram here, you can see some of the effects of spinal misalignment. This leads to all sorts of postural strains and aches, which give us all the pain and misery of rheumatism, arthritis, lumbago later on in life. So what is Qi, and what is the difference between Qi and strength? Qi is an energy that runs through the body, and when we're relaxed and integrated and flexible, this energy is available at all times. And when it is available, we get better concentration, more creativity, we get better sleeping habits, better postural habits, and in fact our overall health is much better, because this is our life force. But through the lifestyle that we live now in the 80s, there's so many stress factors that affect the smooth running of this energy force through the body that leave us tired, stressed and strained. And so that some sort of therapy has to be carried out to allow this flow to occur again naturally. This can be done through acupuncture, massage, manipulation, exercise routines. And I've developed a system which I now call Active Balance, which is a very, very simple exercise regime leading to more advanced levels where people can actually restructure themselves or their friends very, very simply through the art of learning how the muscles integrate with the body and the mind. So I'm going to take you over now to a demonstration to show you the difference between Qi and strength. But basically, strength is reliant on the size of a muscle and its ability to contract. This is how we produce movement. This is what gives us strength. And this is evident in weightlifters. You can see tremendous displays of strength. But as the person gets older, obviously he loses some of these qualities because the muscle diminishes in size. We just can't keep that strength for the rest of our lives. And yet in the East, as I explained earlier, we see people of quite advanced age still displaying this tremendous power through the development of Qi. So we'll take you over to the demonstration and show you now the difference between Qi and strength. This is the demonstration to explain the difference between power, or Qi, and strength. Just prior to doing that, I'd like to explain the mechanics of the demonstration itself. These two bones are two bones of the arm. As you can see, this is the upper arm bone and this is the lower. When the body wants to bend the arm, this is done purely by muscular strength and leverage. And therefore, the degree of strength to which this can be contracted is solely relying on the size of the muscle structure or its ability to contract. However, with Qi, this overrides it. It's much more powerful, and therefore, at an advanced age, can still be practiced. So we'll now actually demonstrate that as a concept by allowing Sean to bend my arm, and I will exert Qi through the arm to show that we don't need to use any strength to keep it straight, and hopefully muscular strength will not overcome this power. And now reverse that situation by using Qi energy. We don't need to exert as much strength to achieve the same back over. So I place a finger lightly on there, just where it will bend, and just cup this lightly here, exerting some Qi energy through there. It's relatively simple to bend the arm. Another demonstration is to use the Qi. Firstly, we'll try to push the arm downwards using strength. Now this is probably possible, it's not easy. We'll now do the same thing by exerting Qi energy through one finger. Okay. Another way we can possibly demonstrate this is by exerting Qi to different parts of our body. And this is what we do when we're using Qi to heal. So I'll now exert Qi to the soft, fleshy part just below the Adam's apple. Now I must put a warning in here that the technique I'm about to do is dangerous and should only be practiced by people who are skilled in this sort of development, as you'll appreciate in a moment. So please don't practice this at home without this sort of development. I'm going to have Sean push into this soft tissue just below the Adam's apple exerting as much pressure and force as he wishes. And another demonstration using the same kind of chi concept is if Sean attempts to strangle me, as he puts his hands around and exerts whatever pressure necessary to perform the strangle, I will take his hands off using chi energy as opposed to strength. Firstly, I'll try with strength. As you can see, it's rather futile. And now we'll try it with chi. This is a demonstration of the power of chi over strength.